Hi guys, I'm Hailey. I'm going to walk you through my every morning skincare routine and my everyday makeup routine that I do before I get ready for work every day. Let's get started. I usually start by clipping my hair back. Okay, so depending on how my skin is that morning, if I'm feeling dry or if I'm feeling oily, that depends how I cleanse. If I'm feeling pretty normal or dry, I will start with the Biossance Squalene Cleansing Oil. This stuff is great. Also great for nighttime. It removes like all of your makeup. I hate waking up in the morning after a night out and having that like raccoon eyes or like the residual mascara on my face. This gets rid of it all, and it also hydrates my eyelashes and eyebrows, so that's really great. So we'll get started. Just do about like 2 pumps and start rubbing. I generally do little circles on my face. I've been traveling recently, so I've had a couple friends pop up, but hey, that's life. Am I so corny? So after we cleanse our whole face here, make sure to get the eyes and be very gentle around the eye area. Traditionally when I take this off, I would splash water on my face, but for this purposes, I have a washcloth. And we just gently remove. Okay, next step. After that, I usually double cleanse. So like I said, depending on what my skin's like that day. So if it is feeling normal to dry, I'll start with the cleansing oil and then go into my next cleanser, which is the Tea Tree Cleansing Gel. I love the way this stuff smells. It has a great essential oil scent to it. So I'll put a little bit on my hands. A little goes a long way here. So you really just need a little dab, and then you mix with some water to kind of make it foam up. And same circular motions here. So I like to get in my chin, my nose, and forehead. Okay, so then we'll wash off again. Okay, and then we'll pat dry for our next step. So I like to go in with the my eye cream next. I use this Biossance Squalene Peptide Eye Gel. This is like my holy grail product. Oh, I'm like a real YouTuber here. I have to use this morning and night. I recommend this. This is like the product I always push on people when I'm talking about what I use day to day. And then if I'm feeling really extra that day, I'll put this in the fridge the night before, and the cooling sensation of that on your eyes just like takes it to the next level. It's really great. Okay, so you're supposed to put this on your ring finger. I always usually listen to that rule. So I do a little pump. Look at me shaking. Oh, you are. Why am I shaking? Okay, so I pat this on my ring fingers, warm it up. I'm gonna do this the way everyone actually does it. So they'll be like, oh, I just pat really nice. But to be honest, if I'm rushing, I literally will just like wipe it on my eyes. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but. So we are patting. Yesterday, someone told me also this is really great for your laugh lines. So you can pat this into your laugh lines also. And then I like to take it on top of my eye as well, up to my brow bone. So after eyes, I move to my moisturizer. My second holy grail favorite is the Squalene Omega. This stuff is amazing for dry skin. I love it. It just goes on fabulously. The second I put it on, I feel plumped and dewy. Just an amazing product. I have these long nails, so I go in with the back of my finger, and then I will dot, 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 and just rub in. Make sure to get your neck. The neck is so important. Someone told me we're always so focused on our face, but our neck is what shows our real age. So then I freaked out and started really using everything on my neck. So after that's done, I will go to my oils. And when I do that, I like to mix it with a little bit of a liquid bronzer to give me some color throughout the day. So I put a little bronzer on my hands. So here's my bronzer. And then, oh my gosh, my hands are so slippery, I can't open this. And then I just like to do a couple drops in the oil. In the bronzer. And then I actually apply this all over my face, but I make sure to get my neck also, because you don't want to be that person that has a tan face and not a tan neck. So I just like to do this in the morning because I feel a little more alive. You know, when you wake up and you're just totally pale and you're just like, ugh. I like to go into work looking like I actually slept a little bit the night before. And then we are nice and glowy and prepped and ready to start our makeup. After this, I usually will, depending on how my skin is, use a little concealer to cover up any kind of blemishes or redness I have that day. So I think when I first started really getting into makeup, I was in college and I was a bartender, so I would like really do like a full glam to go into work and bartend at night. And I would do like contouring, highlight, so much concealer. Like I would contour to the point where I was like drawing a line, like a literal just line of bronzer here and going to work. And then also I would conceal everywhere. So I would take photos with flash and I would look crazy. So I feel like I'm kind of scarred from that still, so I like to keep everything very natural. So in the morning, if I do put concealer on, it's just to cover up my blemishes or brighten my under eyes. So we'll go in here and cover up these little guys I got going on. I like to use a beauty blender to pat all of this in. Some people use their fingers. I'm not hip to that yet, and I feel like the beauty blender works better. And see, we already look so much better. God, I can't wait to do my eyebrows. So after my concealer, I will kind of go in with a little bit of powder just to cover up any shine and to further kind of cover up some of this redness. So just very lightly over the areas that I'm having issues with oiliness and my blemishes. So a little bit on my T-zone. Not to totally cover up the dewiness because I really like it, but just to make it a little less crazy. So after that's all done, I go in with the brows. So brows are a huge thing for me. I've had so many roller coaster up and downs with my brows. I went through the phase in high school where plucking was like really, I don't want to say cool, but like everyone was plucking their eyebrows overly, and I had these like little thin lined eyebrows. And luckily they grew back, but I wish we could do a time lapse of my eyebrows because it's crazy. So I had these little ones, and then I grew them out so I could, you know, have nice brows again. So then they were crazy big. And then I got to a point where I thought I was doing them right again, and I was at a friend's house on vacation, and she looked at me and she was like, "Hailey, what are you doing to your brows?" And I had no idea what she was talking about, because me looking at myself every day in the mirror, you know, you're so used to seeing what you look like, and then someone comes in with a different perspective, and she literally drew on where my eyebrow was supposed to be, and I was over plucking like this much on my eyebrow, and she drew it in, and I'm like, oh my God, what have I been doing to myself? So then I went through the whole roller coaster again of growing them out, and now I feel like I'm at a good place with them, but I do have some patchiness just from the over plucking. So I like to, honestly, this is where I take the most time in my morning, is my eyebrows. I like to at first brush them up, and then I go in with this little pencil. I will start by making a line here to kind of fill in, because I still have a lot of patchiness here and here. So this is where I start. And then I just bring that out on each side and keep kind of making this line come through. And then I fill. I also feel like I went through that phase where I was overly penciling in my brows and they'd be like super dark. I'm serious, I've had a whole eyebrow revelation here. I swear if you let me, I could do this for like 30 minutes. We're definitely gonna need a time lapse this. Okay, and then to make sure it looks natural, I always make sure I brush through to make the product look more even, and if I went too heavy anywhere, I'll just give that some extra love with the brush. I think we're good. So after my eyebrows, I will, what do I do next? If I'm feeling really crazy that day, I'll put blush on. And I just do a little half smile to my apples of my cheeks. And then I always heard the trick was to kind of sweep it along your nose to give you that sun-kissed glow. So I'll do a little sweep here. And then after this, I like to do my eyelashes to open my eyes up. I curl my eyelashes every day. I have to. Even if I'm not putting mascara on that day, I notice that if I curl my eyelashes, that it makes such a difference. See, even that just like totally opens up your eyes. After I curl my eyelashes, I go in with some waterproof mascara. I like to use waterproof because although I do have all the oils on my face and they soak into your skin really well, sometimes I find that it will kind of take off some of your mascara throughout the day, and I'll look in the mirror and have like eyelash marks on top of my eyelid or below, and I'll look a little crazy. And I just put on top. Normally, my friends call me out about it. They like think it's so weird that I don't put any on my bottom, but I don't know, I just don't like it. Okay, so just a little bit there. And then to ensure that this doesn't go anywhere even though it's waterproof, I like to go back in with a little bit of the powder I used earlier and put this kind of on my brow bone to make sure that the eyelashes aren't touching my eyelid and taking off the mascara. Okay, so this is just nice throughout the day, and then I don't have to worry about my mascara going everywhere. So one of my last steps is lips. I'm also very obsessed with lips and eyebrows. That's like my thing. So I like to prep my lips with a little lip sleeping mask. So like with the Omega, I go in with the back of my finger and dab here. I've always had really little lips, so that's why I focus on them a lot. I like to put a little liner on them every day and lipstick, because I feel like that just makes such a difference. Your lips get lost in your face sometimes. So after I do that, I go in with some liner. So I actually just watched a YouTube video recently of how to do like a 3D effect on your lips. So I've been practicing. So I go in with a little bit of a darker color. And then when I get to the middle, I actually will go under my lip line here to give the effect of a fuller bottom lip. Okay, and then I'll pat just to make sure it's not like a serious line. And same on top. And then same with the middle here, like I go a little over the lip line. Ooh. Okay. So then after I use the darker color, I go in with a lighter color. And I kind of go over where I was with the dark, but then I fill in a little more on my lip. So I was watching a YouTube video with Shane Mitchell and Ariel, who is a makeup artist, and he did this amazing tutorial on 3D lip liner and lipstick, so that's kind of where I got my inspiration from. He goes in with the lipsticks. I feel kind of bougie using 2 different lip liners and lipstick and a lip mask before I get started, but I think he used like 8 products, so I don't feel as bad. I like to keep it a little more natural, but this is the lip liner portion of it, and then I just kind of finish with some lipstick. And this is my favorite lipstick. It's almost all gone. It's really sad, and you can't even see what it's called anymore because it's been overused. After that, I'm pretty much done for the day. And then I'll take my hair out. Hopefully there's no creases from the scrunchie, but usually scrunchie works better than a pony. And then I am ready to go into the office. So let us know what you think. We're doing a bunch of how-to and beauty tutorials coming up, so a lot of exciting things. There's a lot of exciting things coming. And we wanna know what you guys think. What do you guys wanna see? So comment below, and then link or subscribe. Okay, it's my first video, so I think we subscribe here and then link up here. So subscribe to our channel. Thanks guys.